Hi, I'm Simon and welcome to the third episode of How Far on One Life. Today I'm going to be playing one of my favourite arcade games from the late 80s, early 90s, a machine that gobbled up lots and lots of my pocket money week after week when I used to visit the local arcade, or it was actually the ice rink. There weren't any decent arcades in my hometown and it was just an ice rink, but they had lots of arcade machines, and this one was one that I played again and again. It's a side-scrolling 4-player beat-em-up classic, Konami's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Hero Turtles in this case, because I'm going to be playing the British version, and well, maybe those of you who are watching this from the States don't know that when that TV show, the animated 1987 TV series, came to the UK, it was sanitised. Somebody somewhere in the British Board of Film and Television Censorship, or whatever they are, had decided that the word ninja was just too violent for our fragile little British minds, that as children we wouldn't have been able to handle it, and maybe they thought our heads would have exploded. I don't know. But they took that word out. But that's not the only thing they edited from that TV show. Every sequence where Michelangelo was wielding his nunchucks in combat, they were all edited out as well. In fact, from what I understand, most of the fight scenes were edited down to make them less violent. I haven't seen the American version of the TV show, so I don't know for sure, but that's what I've heard. But luckily, the arcade game still has Michelangelo and his nunchucks in it. So, let's take a look. I'm going to be playing on the Mac again. This is using MAME OS X, and I'm going to be playing on that little Nazar gamepad that I used in the first episode. So, let's see how far I can get on One Life. This takes me back. Now it's interesting that the theme tune here is Ninja Turtles, not Hero Turtles, because the cartoon was definitely Hero Turtles. I don't know whether that's anything to do with the emulator or not. Now, even though this is one of my favourite arcade games and it's something that I've played countless times, I have to admit that I'm pretty terrible at it, and I don't think this is going to last very long, but let's find out. Cowabunga indeed. What the hell does cowabunga mean? Do any of you know? I certainly haven't got a clue. Anyway, let's start. Now this is the 2-player version of the game that I'm running, and as you can see, you can pick whoever you want, but I always used to choose, well, Donatello. But on the machine I used to play, the 4-player, you had to stand at the specific stick for the character that you wanted to play, and like I said, I always chose him. And I think where his joystick is on the cabinet probably was a big factor in choosing him, but maybe it's just that I like purple. I guess also he's got seems to have the longest reach out of all of the characters. Maybe that's why I chose him. Also, Donatello he's the geek of the bunch, isn't he? Which kind of makes sense. I mean, I'm a geek as well. Maybe I could just relate to this turtle more than the others. But when watching the cartoon, he was never my favourite. I always liked Michelangelo. He was obviously quite clearly stoned all the time, but you never saw a joint in his hand once. But it was obvious, wasn't it? I mean, anybody who eats that many pizzas has clearly got the munchies. So, yeah, like a backflip's gonna save you against the might of Donatello and his sweeping stick. I mean, thank God for that move, being able to do that to clear them out the way. Oh, robots. I'll try not to. You are kind of cute, aren't you? Irresistible little white robot. I'll try to. I don't know whether I can help myself at this point. Oh, I'll take care of him. Okay, what's this now? It's the boss. Arriving in something that looks like it's straight out of Journey to the Center of the Earth. Say your prayers, Rhino. Now, this guy's name is Rocksteady, and as far as I'm aware, Rocksteady is a type of Jamaican music. So why didn't they give him a Jamaican accent? Why give him a New York accent? Put that gun away, that's just cheap. Fight me like a man, or a anthropomorphic creature. Ah, cheapness. The thing is, he can always do that kick whenever he wants and take you out. Oh, so close. I don't know about you, but I was sure I was going to get him then. Game over indeed. 77th. Oh well, I guess not so bad for one life. Well, that's about as far as I can ever get. As I said, you know, sometimes, very, very rarely, I'll be able to get onto the next level without losing a life, but not today, I guess, not today. But I'd like to know about you guys. You know, I really look forward to reading your comments or even seeing video responses, so let me know what you think about this Turtles game. Is this something you really enjoy, or do you just think that it's a mindless button masher? And I'd also like to kind of throw it open as like a bit of an open tag, I guess, to anyone that wants to show me how to play this game properly. If you're a big fan of this and you can do a lot better, I'd love to see it. And do you have any tips for beating that Rocksteady guy? I mean, it seems to me like it's a bit of a fix, you know? There doesn't seem to be a pattern that... Well, there is, kind of, but what am I saying? He defies that pattern by kicking you in the ribs and stuff. He should just take an easy beating. He's a first level boss. It shouldn't be too difficult. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. From my spare room to wherever you are, this is Simon signing off. Bye-bye.